Yeah, what up, world? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, wherever you are. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you're right here at the Tag Champs Podcast, the A Show, part of the Big Propaganda Wrestling Network. And you already know my name, man. It's the Beige Bomber, the Petty Messiah, your boy, Corey Jared in the building.
And I'm just here to bow down to La Princesa,
All right.
our very special guest. But don't watch me. Watch Dynamite TV. Your boy, Guru Dynamite, is in the building. I got to be like her. Let me go ahead.
Put
Shades on. Shades on.
I didn't get the memo on that one. It's cool. It's cool.
That's
bad,
fair.
bro. That's fair. I didn't get the memo. It's all right. I had the Ray-Bans on, you know what I'm saying? But it's cool.
But again, it's not about us. It's about our very special guest. Hey, Corey, run down that list.
All right, so NWA wrestler, 146 on the PWI Women's 250 this year. Wrestled for different promotions such as AEW, Impact Wrestling, OVW, Shine, Rose, CCW, WWN, Windy City Pro Wrestling, MCW, Mission Pro Wrestling, and she's a current NWA star. La Princesa.
That's right.
Tiffany NIEVES, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, there we go. Welcome.
How kind. You almost got it right.
He almost got it right.
Damn it.
The NIEVES is cute. The way you said Princesa, I can tell you've been practicing. Do it one more time. Do it one more time. Come on.
La Princesa.
Ooh. Okay.
Yeah.
But where you got it wrong was you didn't mention that I am also a history maker. That's right. I am the first ever NWA Exodus Pro Women's Champion. I am the first ever Destiny's Women's Champion. That's international in Canada. And I am the first ever FWW Women's Champion. So,
statistician.
Well, correct.
Got it. Bueno.
Get it. Got it. Bueno.
Now, we could try to do that again, but I'm going to be kind with all of our time and allow it to keep on moving, okay?
Thanks for the correction. I don't mind it.
I don't mind it.
There we go. All right, I like that. All right. So La Princesa. So for the fans that don't know,
living
you,
under a rock.
Yeah, exactly.
Who doesn't know me? Let's start there. But
who or what inspired you to get into the business?
Aside from money, fame, and wanting to be on TV, I felt there was a time in my life where COVID happened and the world needed a little more. And I think I did too. And I found myself watching a really good film. I'm really into film, and theater is my background. When you're the princess, you're made to be, center of attention. And
that's why you got the hot seat.
So I was watching John Wick, and I actually, wanting to be the best at everything is a real thing for La Princesa, for Tiffany NIEVES. And when I was watching him, I wanted to be better than John Wick in that movie. I wanted to be better than Keanu Reeves. And I thought, how can I be better than this man that I'm watching on TV? And that's where the itch and how I got myself into wrestling really started. I watched it as a young kid, as a young lady. And then when COVID happened, I felt the things that we didn't find believable all seemed very believable. So like trying to become a wrestler or starting training to get into stunts or being better than Keanu Reeves and John Wick seemed it seemed like I could do it. Why not? So that's how it started for me.
Okay. So when you say you watching it as a kid, what like era?
Of course. So I watched the Attitude Era. For me, I grew up, my mom was a single mom, so she tried her best to shelter the house and protect us from everything. And I always found myself hanging out with my boy cousins, and I loved hanging out with them. And the only thing that was on at the time was WWF and what later became WWE. And that was the best period to watch, in my opinion. So I grew up watching people like Shawn Michaels, Eddie Guerrero, and I was a big fan of Trish Stratus, and I still am. I grew up.
That makes sense.
Yeah, I went to Catholic school, so I had to grow up wearing, Catholic uniforms. So seeing a girl half dressed, I'm sorry to say, I know sometimes that could be a negative, but to me, it was hot. I liked it. I saw it and I thought, and she was still kicking ass. Excuse my language. Can I say that? Can I say
absolutely.
bad words?
That's why I'll say worse. Go
okay, good. So I liked it. Something about it was very athletic to me, and I really liked it. So I didn't want to stop watching, and yeah.
Okay, go ahead, man. Good.
So, we'll just dive into your OVW days.
Let's do it. Is Al Snow gonna pop out of nowhere?
No, he's not gonna pop out.
I don't think he can fit in our budget.
Yeah.
Oh, please, I can get him to do a deal for us, right, brother?
Hey, look, yeah, I was like, make that call.
I am a once OVW women's champion. There's not anything I can't make happen.
Hey, look, I like it.
So we'll dive into the Bad Girls Club.
Bad Girls Club, get it, got it. Bueno.
How was that experience for you, like as in a faction?
It was amazing. I mean, the crowd response was phenomenal. Everyone loves the Bad Girls Club. There's not one person who didn't love the Bad Girls Club. Everyone loved the Bad Girls Club. And no matter who was in it for that month, they loved being in the Bad Girls Club. It gave more women opportunities to be on TV. So you're welcome, everyone. People tuned into OVW because of the Bad Girls Club. And, you know, I must say, I became the women's champion because of the Bad Girls Club. So it did wonders for the division, did wonders for people at home, and everyone in that arena.
Yeah, that was, you know what? I'm not gonna get myself in trouble this time. I'm not gonna do it.
It was so much fun.
Everybody tuned in for the Bad Girls Club.
I watched my matches in the Bad Girls Club, and I tell you, it was so much fun. The amount of things we were doing behind the referee's back. I mean, it was. And we got away with it every single time.
Hey, you ain't trying to let you cheat.
Right. And it was really cool because the one goal we all had in the Bad Girls Club is success. And we all didn't want to go back to where we started. It was survival. It was us against them. And we all had that in common. So we really didn't get in each other's way. We made the way. And it was really cool. And I have to say, you know, I'm all about all ethnicities, but I really liked that the Bad Girls Club had a little bit of something and everything in it. And it was freaking, and not only are we talking about aesthetics, but we're talking about, we had someone who was good on the mic. We had someone who's good athletic wise, and we had good in ring work. We had it all. So I love the Bad Girls Club. And, you know, some may say I have a jacket that I'm willing to sell if someone wanted it that said the Bad Girls Club on it, okay? It's for sale.
You heard that first.
My DMs.
Just put it out there. Sticking with OVW, and you mentioned that you knew Al Snow. He was one of your trainers.
Yeah.
Also Tyler Breeze, Sean Spears, and Doug Basham.
Yeah, we got a good list there.
Yeah, that's a killer lineup as far as training. Outside of the in-ring work, what is something? Well, you can add that in, but what is something that stuck with you from each individual that you trained with?
You know, you'll hear everyone say that it is when you are in the ring, what you're portraying is an amplified version of you. And I never used to believe that because I like to think I am the most humble, noble person ever. Well, so does La Princesa. You know, so you learn that is actually indeed very true. And so that's something that has stood with me is just be you're not, when the camera comes on, when I'm in the ring, there's nothing different than what I'm doing. I am reacting truly to what I feel the situation needs at that moment. And to know that there's a profit in that and there's entertainment in that is freaking awesome. So that's one thing. I can tell you there's a lot of things. I can't just bring it down to one, but I'm happy to share some of them.
Yeah,
can I share some of them?
Go for it.
Tyler Breeze, he's one of my favorite trainers because when La Princesa arrived to OVW, her first day, these girls thought they were funny. And on my first day, somehow I left with a big black purple eye. And you can find a picture of it. If you can link it, I'll send it to you. Huge, huge, huge. Off a simple hip toss, right? And everyone's looking like, how does that happen? Well, only in wrestling, you know? And I remember calling Tyler Breeze going, what the hell am I doing? Why did I leave Florida? Why am I in Kentucky, Louisville, at OVW, practicing with people that are not superstars? These people are not superstars. I'm a superstar. I came to be on TV, not in some environment with the wild. I said, I trained and I've never been injured in my life. And Tyler Breeze laughed at me. He said, yeah, you need to stay there. And I said, what? No, I need to come back home. And he said, that's exactly why you're needed there. He goes, you've got to be the leader. You've got to be the person that slows everyone down. It is your job to protect yourself. It is your job to elevate everyone. So if you are the best in the room, that's exactly where you need to be, you know? And he's like, and if you can't make everyone better around you, then you're not as good as you think you are. And I said,
words to live by.
Yeah. And, you know, he said that in his own way, you know, and I took that and I ran with it. And that I remember going to Al Snow's office. I wasn't La Princesa was not ready to debut OVW with a big black eye. And certainly the Netflix cameras were there at the time recording that docuseries. And I said, I'll be darned. I beat cancer and I came out looking beautiful. I am not coming out of day one of OVW looking like this. We're just going to have to postpone my debut. And Al said, if you want to make money doing this, you're going to figure out a way to get in that ring and not hurt yourself. And I took a bandana and I put it right over my eye and I made my debut as a Puerto Rican princess. That's what I did. From the Bronx. And there is proof of all that out there. You dig deep for it.
Gotta make it work. She made it happen.
I always make it work. So that was the best advice he said. You want to make a living doing this, you're gonna find a way. And I have always found a way.
So since you mentioned that, I was gonna tailor that towards like more so the middle of the show. Your fight with cancer.
Yeah, I do want, personally speaking, my father passed away from pancreatic cancer, but I'm
give me your hand.
I appreciate it, baby. But I'm loving the fact that you are here and you were a fighter. If you don't mind talking about
Let's
that,
talk about it.
You know,
that's why I survived it.
I would love to hear your story about that.
May I ask how old you were when you lost your father?
Oh wow, he passed away in 2019. So I was how many years? Well, 5 years. So I was 32.
Oh wow. Well, bless your soul. My father is a huge mentor in my life, so I'm very lucky to still have him. And he's still with you. I really believe the one thing I believe is love is always real. So love is not something you see, you feel. So you may not see him, but he's still alive in your heart.
Oh yeah, he's
promise.
Right here.
That's what I like. Awesome.
Yeah, I got him right here with me.
Amen to that. So when I was diagnosed when I was 17 years old, I was starting my first year of college, actually. I am a July baby. So where I start and graduate school, I kind of get a head start with my age. Yeah, I graduated when I was 16, so that was really cool. And I usually brag and pretend it's because of my accolades, but no, it's just where I was born in July, whatever. So I was diagnosed, and it was interesting how life happens. So if I was diagnosed right away, I probably would have had a different reaction, but I couldn't be more happy with my diagnosis by the time I got it, because I was 17 and I was going to about 8 to 12 doctors trying to figure out what was wrong with me. I was trying to get ready for volleyball season. I played volleyball, and I couldn't rotate my right arm, and that's my hitting arm. It's the most important thing in volleyball. You have to be able to hit if you're in the front row. And the position I played, I wasn't able to fulfill that position. And I just wanted a doctor to give me an answer. So whatever was needed, we can get done and get with the season. Right. And after seeing so many doctors and wrong diagnosis, I wasn't getting anywhere. And 6 months later, and after missing a season, I was very frustrated. And finally, we went to a doctor in Harvard, and this is in Connecticut. It was not Harvard, it was Yale New Haven Hospital in Connecticut. And different Ivy League. My bad, I make mistakes. So we went there, and the doctor finally decided to open me up. And when they opened me up, we were in the office, and I had done so many biopsies, and it came back cancer-free. So this time the doctor said, it's not breast cancer, but it's non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. And all I thought was, yes, I'm 17 years old, 18, and all I heard was an answer. I don't have to play this game convincing everyone I'm sick. We know I'm sick. We've got an answer. What are we going to do? And my mom had this tear down her eye, and the doctor says, I'll give you a moment. She goes, Tiffany, that is cancer. And I felt like in seconds, I just knew one thing, I had to hold it down, because where I'm from, come from a Hispanic, I'm Puerto Rican, Latina, and I grew up in New York, and I always saw my mom be tough. So I couldn't let myself be another weakness to my mom. I didn't want to be a burden to my hardworking mom, who's a single mom working. Oh my God, now she has a sick daughter. Right. And sorry, I say God's name in vain. But so I just thought, okay, mom has always held it down. Now I'm going to hold it down for her. Like, even though she knows I'm sick, I'm not sick. So I was like, oh, cancer. And then from that day on, I just remember, I just embraced it. I just knew, I believed 100% that I was only sick so that I can show my mom how strong I was. And if I can show her how strong I am, she'll never have to worry about me. Mm-hmm. And that's all I'm sick for. You know what I mean? I'm sick to inspire every single one that, So there's a lot that goes into my story. I think it defines who I am today. But getting cancer was one of the coolest experiences of my life. And I know it's a weird thing to say. I met this young girl, Nina, 16 years old. I was getting chemotherapy with her, and she taught me a lot because she had her hair still, her eyebrows, her lashes. I had lost everything. I was doing chemotherapy, and she was doing there's different levels of treatment you can get, and if you want to go into the experimental, you can. And she was going to the experimental treatment because she had a brain tumor, so that's a little different for you. And I was just so naive and didn't know better, right? And I'm looking at her like, wow, she's the lucky one because I lost my hair, I'm sick, and she's a beautiful young cheerleader, blonde girl, has her hair, it appears like everything's together. Her parents are even there with her at treatment. As I said, my parents are separated. I'm like, man, like she's got all the support. I was on at the time state insurance, not even insurance, like good, you know. Sure, yeah. I was lucky. I was getting donations. I was getting help. I get real. This is crazy. I'm even talking this much about it, to be honest.
Look,
it's an open space, man.
I was getting help from the Ronald McDonald help. You know, that's like, you know, so if I can give back, I'm going to. So that's the situation I was in. And then I see this girl from a different background of me, and she's young and she's beautiful and she's got all the support of the town donating to her. And I was like, I just thought I wasn't the lucky one. And this girl saved my life because I'll fast forward. She donated, I have this phrase, I say, stay beautiful. I always say it. And my friends were making bracelets, selling outside of Starbucks to build money to help me with my treatment. And I didn't even want to do the treatment. I was like, screw this, I'll do holistic. Like, I'll let God heal me. I don't need any of this stuff, you know? That's how upset I was that we couldn't even afford what I needed at the time. And this girl donated $6,000. And to a lot of people, that may be nothing, but to me, it was world changing. A sick girl giving to, and that was like the lesson. Like, you know, that story they say, someone can give you $20,000, someone can give you $20, but $20 is all that person had. And maybe that person had $1 million. It's like, that girl just gave me you know, she was sick too, you know? And I remember taking that $6,000, and instead of like using it towards like the institutional medicine, I went with my gut, and she believed it. And I decided to stop treatment after 6 weeks and completely do holistic. And it sounds crazy, but I was like, I'm going to do this. And she believed in me. And I went to Arizona and I went to Colorado and I worked with a shaman and I did Reiki, and later on became a licensed massage therapist because I was so inspired by the body healing the body. But fast forward, that year, Nina died. Nina passed away. Right. This young girl, 16 years old, didn't end up making it. That experimental trial she went through didn't work out for her. When I came back, I spent 6 months away. And when I came back, Nina was in her deathbed while I was no longer in my deathbed. I actually got a phone call that I was cancer-free. And it was the worst time in my life because I wanted to tell her family how that $6,000 did everything for me. And I went with God, and I went with this. I get goosebumps as I tell you this. And she was sick. I couldn't even talk to her. Her head was like deformed. She couldn't speak. She was immobilized, like everything. She was done. And this is a thing I remember she was the lucky one. And so when I tell you that was the experience, when I talk about getting sick, it has made me the person I am today. I probably wouldn't be a wrestler or believe it was even a thing to do if I didn't get sick, and if Nina didn't believe in me, and if she didn't pass, you know? And so she's a big part of my story. Getting sick is a big part of why in 3 years, I can confidently say and put it out there because I love the Lord and He's helped me. I am signed, you know, and a lot of people, it takes very long to get there. And I hope that they never give up, you know, but the things I had to do in 3 years were very, very difficult for me. And I had to believe in things that I couldn't see. That's why I told you, love is something that you just know is in you, and you feel it, you know, so your dad is still there. And I always believe in God's love. So I'm like, okay, I don't know how we're going to get there. But, you know, if there was a booking, I was like, I'm going to get there even if I don't have a hotel, I don't have a ride. And then it would just work out, you know. So cancer has been my, like, you know, superheroes got their like kryptonite that makes them weak or whatever, the antidote to make them strong. The cancer is like the backbone of my whole life. Like, it's blessing. It was tough though, a lot of toughness, but I wouldn't have changed that experience. So that's why I talk my shit. I back it up. I swear.
Absolutely.
I've got a lot behind me.
You are a superwoman, for real.
No, thank you.
Thank you for sharing that story. Thank you for that.
Thank you for Nina and her family too, and anyone who's healing or lost someone to cancer or anything. Keep on fighting.
Oh yeah.
Keep on fighting.
Yeah.
Appreciate that. I appreciate that story. Yeah. Let's hold on. Let me
Yeah, bro. That's something you just gotta.
I gotta get myself back
bro.
together. I gotta get myself back together on that. But once again, I appreciate you for sharing that.
Doesn't it make it so cooler that I'm here now too? Like I was a girl in the Bronx and I grew up and I see myself in the PWI, like you said, and I laugh. You said what did I list as 146?
146.
And in my head, I'm like, you're doing 146. 146 together is 11, so I'm top 10. I'm top 11. You can't tell me I'm 146. There ain't no way.
There we go.
That magazine.
Hey, it's climbing. It's climbing. It's climbing.
I mean, from the previous year, she's moving up.
Yes,
she's
that's
going
what I'm
up.
saying.
So,
We moved up like 40 or 20.
Next year, top 25.
Amen.
You know probably the
Shoot.
top 3 and not the 2 or the 3. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, we're going to put it out there. All
I know is that I grew up going to Barnes & Noble, looking at those magazines, and I got to go to Barnes & Noble and see myself in a magazine, and that was freaking cool.
How dope was that?
Yeah, it was so cool, and I had people sending me videos of it, and I'm just like, it was and I'm not even done, you know?
Yeah.
That is just, and I said, look at that. And kind of like, you know, before we got on air, you guys were telling me how you guys were neighbors and friends as young children. It's like, I really believe if you don't stop, don't quit, you can make anything you see in your head happen. 100%.
Yeah. That's crazy, just to the fact that you've been in the business for 3 years, and you cracked the top 250, and you wasn't even in the 200s.
Yeah,
both of them. You win.
Yeah.
So that's amazing in itself.
What is good?
So like I said, it's only up from here. I believe in the next 10. I think in the next 10. It'll be in that 25, that 1 to 25 range, and it's not gonna go.
You know what I believe is gonna get deeper. I'm just happy my name is still a legacy to even be printed on something. As long as I could still keep my name, I'm alive. That's the goal. Like,
you can pass that down to
your
kids and all that. Yeah, absolutely. I like that, man. I like that.
Thank you.
It's on you, man. Go ahead.
All right, cool. So we gonna stick to the OVW. We're gonna go back to the OVW, and I want to kind of get on your. It seems like a love-hate relationship with you and Miss Layla Gray.
I'm glad that was the name you were gonna say, because I could have been anyone else too. I was like, don't you dare. I was like, isn't that obvious? Hold on. Miss Layla freaking Gray. You know, it's so funny. What's the question?
So you guys had a feud, and it was basically a chase for you in the championship. How was going into that feud for you and actually defeating and dethroning her and getting that championship for you as well?
So I love that you said that, but unfortunately, I have never been the one to dethrone her and take it from her.
Oh, okay.
And that's an unfinished story, and I have to correct that because I will. Yes. Don't you worry, girl. So Layla Gray could never get over that on my debut match, my first match ever in the career, in the business. I beat her.
Oh, that's wild.
That's wild. Tell me
what it was. Okay. Sorry about that.
Yes.
So that's on me. That's what it was. It was, all right.
Yeah,
my bad.
It's okay.
My bad.
She got washed by a rookie. That's crazy.
Yeah.
She got washed up by a rookie, baby.
Hey, put the fries in the bag, man.
And she loves to tell people, oh, you know, I started 6 months before. No, you didn't. Girl, you were already on TV. And I still watched you. Love her. No, I love Layla Gray. Layla Gray, and I love her. And it is a hate and love, you know, a relationship. How it felt. Getting in the ring with her is one of the greatest honors I get to have, because she is a friend of mine, a sister of mine, and we both want to see each other succeed. With us, you know, you meet people and it's that I want to see you do good, but not better than me. With her, she's like, I want to see you do better than me, and I want to see you keep going. And with each other, we want to see each other do so good so that we can believe we can do it too. So I need to know that you can get to the next step. I need to know, because if you can do it, I can do it. We've always felt that way with each other. And even in the ring, so we're very competitive, and we always want to have the match of the night. And we always, so it's not a surprise to me that we always end up in storylines where it's like, who is the better one? And at some points, these promos get a little real. You know, there's been things that we say to each other that we just got to get out. So tune in. It's not fake. You know, like there's been times where that phone gets real quiet, you know, to the line, like, what's going on? There's been disagreements, you know, but there's not, you know, we see eye to eye in the picture and entertainment, and we're both New York girls. I met Miss Layla Gray before we even got into wrestling. We met on set of Bad Boys 3 on a movie. You know, we were trying to make moves, and we still are. And we were both in South Florida, and a year later, we saw each other again I saw her page actually on Instagram. It's funny you asked me about her because just yesterday we were talking about how we met. And I told her another version of how we met that she didn't know. I said, all right, let me tell you what I really thought about you when I met you. Now that we're really cool and I'm about to go to your wedding in March, can I tell you what I really thought? Like off record, no one knows this, but can I tell you? And we were just laughing about it. And it's funny because I told her, I said, I thought you were like so stuck up, you know, like. And it's so funny because you meet Layla now, she's not stuck up. She's one of the sweetest girls ever, but she's very focused. In her bag is the best way to describe her, and so am I. So maybe I just really wanted to be her friend, and that's what I was feeling inside. But so a year later, I'm on the Explore page, and I see this girl. And I'm like, that's the stuck up girl. And I said, and I see that she's wrestling. Well, so am I. So of course I hit her up immediately. I said, "What's up?" And she's like, "Can you refresh my memory?" I'm like, "Girl, you don't remember me?" Typical. No, but it clicked after a few messages, and then we just, we're both from New York. We're both Latinas. We're both in the same age bracket, and we're both go-getters, and it just fits. And just so you guys know, if you're listening, December we are doing our round 2 Christmas karaoke, so make sure you tune in. Okay.
Don't get him started.
I could talk about our relationship so much, but her and I have taken a little bit of a break from OVW, and we're interested in surprising the fans. And our last, we had this big pay-per-view match that ended in basically her still winning. She won, but she only won because I basically set up something illegal to happen in the match, and it worked against me. Boo-hoo, right? So that's why she won. So she didn't really win fair. She didn't win fair. And I don't think she's ever beat me fair, I really feel that I am better than her when it comes to my in-ring work, and she knows that. And so I want a true opportunity, a true test in the ring to see. I want Al Snow to give me an opportunity. No Bad Girls Club, no gimmicks. Give me that match, whether it's an Iron Woman match. I want that 60 minutes of Layla Gray, and I bet you she won't get past 15.
60 minutes.
Now,
Iron Woman match.
Now Layla has just gone to New Japan dojo.
Yeah.
She knows that this match is coming, so she's preparing. And that's why I can mess with her, because even when I call her out and say, you cannot go in the ring with me more than 15, 20 minutes, well, guess what? She's going to go and get better. And she's going to come back and show me that she can do 60 minutes in the ring. And that's the type of competition I like, and that's what she brings. So I can talk all the smack about her, but at the end of the day,
she brings the best.
She brings it. She brings it tough.
Iron.
Yeah, she's the iron sharpens iron. So there is a love and hate, but I love to hate her. And I hate to love her, for sure. And honestly, we are better together, but we're even better when we're not, when we're fighting each other. It's like, what do you call that? What is that? What is that you call? Because usually you meet people that are so good, like Bret Hart, Shawn Michaels, against each other. But we're so good against each other, and then we're even better when we're together. Yeah, and I don't know. Like we had...
And a Joker.
Listen to this. I'm going to put us over real quick. You asked about the wrong girl. I could talk about us all day. Like, Miss Layla Gray and we had a pay-per-view, and this happened to be the pay-per-view that OVW then shut down for 2 months because it was literally close to 115 degrees in that building. Hot. Damn. Hot. And we had 20 minutes on the card. We were the only women's pay-per-view match. And all the boys were telling us in the back, yo, cut your match, cut it short. The referee's like, it's dangerously hot out there. And I remember looking at Kat. I said, we're not cutting a damn thing, because anyone paid $10 or whatever they paid, $25 to be here, they're going to get the damn show they paid for. They're like, there's people walking out. We had up to like 300. We had the max amount in there, and we had a couple people walking out. I said, I don't care if the people that are staying are getting the show. And me and her were so smart, because I am La Princesa. So I don't want to just win. I want to embarrass you. I'm going to make you tap out. So most of my work is going to be on a leg part. It's going to be a body part. It's going to make you... So the stuff I'm doing, I'm not running on the ropes, jumping around, making myself tired, girl. We right in the middle of the ring, and everyone can see our face, and I'm working that.
You got a nasty armbar, I'll give you.
Oh, thank you. Ask Ruthie J. She said the same thing. Tap out. So we did it. We did it for 20 minutes, and that's my girl, and she did it right with me. And so I have all the love and respect for her.
Okay.
And I hope you'll see us in one company together.
I can't wait for it.
I want that for us.
Can't wait.
We're so successful individually that I told her we always have us being a tag team whenever we want in the back of our pocket. That's what I feel.
Oh, that's dope. Yeah,
I pay to see it.
Yeah, come on. Yeah.
So we're going to skip ahead a little bit. you were in AEW and now you are in NWA.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
No, I was going to make a joke. I was going to say, and rumored backstage in the cafeteria for WWE.
In catering.
I've been there too, okay?
So
if we're going to name all the accolades, if you're going to put AEW there, you know, why not?
I mean, yeah, fair enough. Thank you. That's the second time you're correcting me.
No, I'm not correcting you.
She got one on me too, so that's cool.
But
I'm not.
It's cool though.
You know what stinks is that I literally, on my way here, I told you, gentlemen, I listened to beautiful Queen Charmel's podcast, and her voice is elegant. She's so kind, and the way she carries herself, and I'm like, oh. And I have not. I'm so sorry.
No, you're good.
You're
good.
I put the sauce in my own self many times.
Hey, man, we love it. We love it.
We love it. Genuine you, and I appreciate that. But to backtrack to my question, being in AEW and now NWA and a little time in WWE, how was it competing in those two companies?
Oh, I'm such a jokester, so I will answer this as to my best ability. So, okay. I really, for the 3 years I've been working, had the opportunity to be in the Impact locker room, as you said, the AEW locker room, NWA, and even the WWE locker room. And I feel I just fit so in at NWA. It's incredible. And I'm so lucky that I got the experience in the other locker rooms to know that I am so happy and I like where I am at NWA. So AEW was phenomenal. The talent they have there, the budget they have, the tools they have there are incredible. So I really liked it backstage, and I had a good amount of time to train with Jay Lethal and Matt Sydal, and they're really phenomenal people. And then they've been bringing on such great agents. They've got Scotty Too Hottie. He's someone that I worked with in the Indies before, and then they for their women's division, I think like they're stacked when it comes to like what they like. There's a lot of resources at AEW, so I found it very exciting. And when I made my debut, I actually happened to make it with my boyfriend, who's also a wrestler, and we made our AEW debut together. And so that was exciting for me.
Dope.
And
That's dope.
Like I say, Layla has been there for. I didn't say it yet, but I've said it in other interviews. Layla has been there for every big event I've ever had. So for my debut, she was there. For my AEW, Layla was there. My boyfriend was there. So it felt really cool to be with my family for our business adventure, and I felt very supported. And it was cool because I'm going to sound like a mark, but CM Punk was there, and CM Punk was backstage, and I was the first match. I was there for Jamie Hayter's debut, so I was her debut match. Okay. So I got to be in the ring with Jamie Hayter and Britt Baker, and everyone was watching because it's Jamie Hayter's debut. So I remember just thinking like, yeah, CM Punk just watched me, but it was like 30 seconds, you know, like it was one of those matches. And I remember after the match, I was so humiliated. I waited before I walked to the curtain like an extra 30 seconds. So I felt like my match wasn't just 30 seconds, like walking. I was like, okay, I'm going to walk a little longer because that was hard. Right. But, you know, that's what we call paying your dues in the business, you know? So I paid my dues at AEW, and I came in. I actually have a match against Layla Gray that's never aired. And it's really interesting because
one of those AEW dark matches?
It was one of those AEW dark matches, and it was right before the following week. They said that it didn't air because I had did a segment, which is one of my favorite segments with the guns.
The gun boys and the Acclaim.
Yeah, and I basically didn't have to say anything, and it was awesome payday for me. And I've got pretty funny stories about that day too. But it was always good times backstage, great people, good opportunities. So I always liked it, and. I know a lot of people at AEW, so I never have a bad time there. Actually, anytime I'm in town, I'm always welcomed there, so I really like that. And then, oh gosh, Impact at the time, because it's now TNA. But I did Impact when it was Impact, and that was the best experience I've ever had because Gail Kim is just she's phenomenal. Phenomenal is like one word to say it. She is also an alumni from OVW, so I'm very familiar with her work. And she to get in the ring with her, she cares so much about the business, and she has her hands on every single detail, so that there's so much you can learn just spending 5 minutes with her. So I felt like TNA would have been a great option for me too if I got to work so close with Gail. So I got that experience, and they're very fast paced, I like to say. They offer a very blended version. I feel like they have an international taste to them, is what I think. Like what you would see international, you can kind of see at Impact. And I liked it, but I'm more of, I don't know if I mentioned it, I love theater. I love movies. One day I'm going to have my own production, a studio production, a production company. So I didn't see a lot of like at AEW or TNA at the time, a lot of storylines or a lot of packages that told storylines or of that sort or promos. So that's something I really wanted. So I went to OVW, and OVW, we do a lot of that segments. It's replicated of WWE.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I did a seminar with Gabe Sapolsky, and he was like, I really like your stuff. And he invited me to do some extra work with WWE. And that is a whole different level backstage. The type of people you meet, there's a lot of education backstage. So I really liked that. And I knew that's where I wanted to go. And I kept exploring though. And I was at a show in Cleveland, Ohio. EC3 had invited me to go because they were doing a preface for the NWA scouting, and the Outrunners have a big deal. The Outrunners, Jazz, and EC3 have a big part of why NWA worked out. I remember I was unhappy backstage at AEW actually, and I was thinking like, where do I want to go? And the Outrunners, Shiloh particularly, was like, you need to go to NWA. And I remember thinking, like, you think like I would fit in there? You think, I've been around so many different promotions and I feel like I haven't fit in, like, you think? And I was like, maybe I just need a little bit more work. Maybe I just need, like, let me give it some time. And a couple months went by and he goes, did you send anything to NWA? I was like, no, like, I haven't. And I was like, I don't have a promo ready. I need a promo. He goes, right now, let's record it. And we're in Al Snow's office. Shiloh pulls out his phone, his freaking iPhone, and record. I do a promo without any freaking practice.
Yeah.
I just cut a promo. And right then and there, I sent it to Jazz. She's head NWA women's division.
Yeah.
And she goes, I need you to send me a resume. I need you to send me X, Y, and Z too. And I remember thinking like, oh, Lord, this is called paying your dues too. So I did everything she sent, and I didn't hear anything back. I sent it to her, didn't hear anything back. So I went to this preface in Cleveland, Ohio with EC3, and he basically told me that Billy wanted to see me and meet me there. And I had no idea that Billy Corgan was going to be there.
Wow.
So they basically, like, on the spot on a microphone, they're doing this whole seminar, and I wasn't a part of it, and I get called out, and they're like, hey, La Princesa Tiffany Nieves is here, and we want her to show you guys how she cuts a promo. Can you come and cut a promo? And Billy was sitting right there. And I was ready. I knew it. And I cut that promo right then and there. And I walked out, and Billy comes up to me and goes, you and me are doing a segment tonight. I'm not going to tell you what it is, but you're going to cut another promo. And we don't write scripts at NWA, so come up with something, and then you're going to have a match. All right? And it was a girl with very little experience, and they wanted to see how I would get her over.
Yeah.
I cut that promo with him, and you got to understand, like, I think the Smashing Pumpkins are cool. I think they're great, but I didn't listen to them growing up. So Billy was just another person to me. And I think, Billy, you're freaking phenomenal. So I had no problem cutting this promo with Billy and just throwing my titles on him. I told him, you're going to hold this for me, Hillbilly, whoever you are, is what I called him. And just like you're laughing, he just was he was so entertained with it. And by the time the segment was done, it was the most fun I had. He said, I'm just going to be simple. I want to sign you. He goes, that was great. You are a star. I want to pick you up now. And
it had to make you feel real good.
Yeah, it made me feel great. I felt great off of promo. I got a job, and that was cool. And remember, I was contemplating where I fit in and where I wanted to go. And it doesn't surprise me that off my promo I got the job, because I was looking to go somewhere where I can show these skills and these storytelling skills. So
more display on your acting as well.
Yes.
So yeah.
And just moments. Wrestling is all about moments. I mean, the action matters, but I need that moment of why I'm going to provide you with that action. You're going to get the action. You're going to get it.
That's up. I like that. I appreciate you answering that. And then moving forward some more. Recently, you were at Raw.
Yes.
You're gonna be at Raw. I believe you're going to be at Raw tomorrow.
Yes, I am.
And you were in the Sherry Martel. Well, you were at the Sherry Martel Classic. Wasn't in the tournament this time.
Because I'm better than Sherry Martel.
Oh, all right. Hey, look.
Hey.
If that's how you feel about it.
I like the confidence.
I love it.
I like the confidence.
You know what? Queen Starmel looked at me once backstage and told me, Tiffany, you are going to be so big. She said something like that. She said something like that, okay? So she could testify, right, Queen Charmel?
All right. But that's, hey, you know what? I like the confidence. I'm digging the confidence. I'm not going to knock you for that off for that at all.
Listen, you got to be delusional. That's what you want to call it, baby.
Hey, look. You got it.
Yeah.
That's right. You got the cue.
Yeah, you got me doing lots of words. And
Talk about the Tiffany tournament, please.
The Tiffany tournament.
Yes, I had a match. I got a match against a girl I've beat multiple times. Tell me about it. What do you want to talk about?
You had a match against Rashay Chanel, number 5.
Number 5, not even number 1. Pathetic.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
And listen, just so you know, what I worked out with reality wrestling, I said, listen, if I go there and work, you got to only put me in matches that are for the title. That's why I went in there and skipped that tournament and went right for the road title.
Went straight to the Diamonds title. Absolutely.
Right for the Diamonds title.
I mean, and I got to be petty. Where is it right now?
You got to be petty.
Where is it? Where's that title? Where's that Diamonds title?
And what is his name?
The beige bomber, the petty messiah.
The petty messiah that no one praises.
Hey, I'm just saying.
So you want to know?
Okay, champ.
So that match did not work in my favor, but the payday still did. Okay,
you got it, baby. I like it.
That's
like
it.
Payday definitely worked out.
What comes around goes around. That's it. That's it.
That ain't her only crack. That's what she's trying to tell you. That ain't her only crack.
That's that.
We're going to run it back.
And why do you think following that, they tried to put me right in a match with Promise Braxton, another title holder. And guess what?
Star.
What happened? They ended up changing that up and making it a tag match. They're too scared. Give me another. I don't need another chance. The chance I got. Maybe I was a little too frustrated that day at the Sherry Martel, you know? That's the problem.
Things happen.
And you can't let the frustration get to you. And I might have. And I'm human for letting that happen. But don't.
Small said.
But I'll tell you one thing. I do not like being invited somewhere to talk about number 5 when I am number 1.
Number 1. Get your act together, bro. Look,
you right.
Hey, look, we slacking right now.
Mm-hmm.
Let me pull it back.
Okay.
Let me pull it back. Yeah, you're right. My bad, La Princess. I'm sorry. I apologize. My bad. Let me correct myself. But with those 2 matches, what were your thoughts about your opponents and those matches?
I'm very excited because I feel I've done everything I could at OVW, and I am in a really great storyline right now at NWA. Tune in. We are on X. So I get the best of the best in every division I go to. So I'm really excited that when I got to Raw, that's exactly what happened. And honestly, we can argue that their entire roster is really great. That's what I think. So I can't wait to continue to show the fans at Raw here in Texas why they can be great, but I'm the best at everything.
I love it.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. I love it.
And,
So
go ahead.
just the locker room presence and everything. How would you describe it? Just at Reality of Wrestling.
Very competitive, very athletic, very clean, and that's important to say. And just very professional. I mean, they've got a training system. The facility is just right. If you can go from that facility right to the performance center or any center right from there, that's the place you want to be. If you want to go to even to NWA, which I highly recommend, that's the place to just prime your skills and get there. And
that would mean they have to see you, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
They got to run you.
They
had to run its number 1 at some point.
I'd be cool. I'd be cool.
Mm-hmm.
I'd be cool.
But we do appreciate that portion of the show. Next, I do want to pull like the next few questions I have. I do want to just talk to Tiffany.
Okay, let's hear it.
And just going back, you said you watched wrestling since the Attitude Era. Mm-hmm. So I want to ask, from the Attitude Era to now, to where we are now, how do you feel about the evolution of women's wrestling?
I loved women's wrestling then, and I still love wrestling now. I never had a hiccup or issue with it, but I also wasn't the one performing or doing it. I was on the other side, so I've always been entertained by women's wrestling, and I hope that it all still wraps in one. Like, I'm very proud of the fact that women can do what they want and have matches. I mean, I was able, the night I won the title for OVW, I was the main event of the entire show. And to tell you that didn't feel incredible to be a woman main eventing and winning the title that night, that's bullcrap. It meant the world to me because I know that happens very little, you know, for a woman to be the the draw maker of a show, and it's happening. And I don't think we were never not a draw. I just think maybe we didn't get the opportunities, but I'm really happy that we're thriving in a world where we can do that. And I always feel like we can. I'm delusional. Like, I don't care what box you put me in. There's no way I don't feel like I can do whatever. I don't care.
Hey,
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. Now it's just like I said, like you said Trish Stratus was a big. You were a fan of Trish Stratus.
Very much.
Seeing her and Lita main event Raw, you know, it's one of those things.
Incredible.
Where it's just those rare moments, but they put on a hell of a match.
It's a huge reason why I signed with NWA is because Jazz was still in the business, and I want to be around people that created history and are in the business. She was the last WWF Women's Champion, first WWE Women's Champion. That matters, you know. And I want to be around people that did that if I want to create history. So I think I'm happy where it was then and even happier where it is now.
So to piggyback off that, Jazz is I see that you guys interact a lot on social media and everything like that. How is that, just having a presence like that to go for like tutelage and knowledge and everything like that?
It sometimes feels very surreal. I mean, Jazz and we have a really great relationship where she trusts me that if I have an idea, she'll take a risk with me. I mean, there's many times at NWA she gets the message and I'll look at her and want to push the button envelope. And she's looking at me like, if I let you push the envelope, you better do damn good pushing this envelope. And I'm like looking at her like, I'm going to keep asking till you give me the green light. So that means I'm going to do my part, okay? And every time she's given me the green light, I have definitely delivered, you know? So we have trust. And that's why I'll do anything to show her that I'm not going to drop that ball for her. So when she needs me, I'm there for her all the time, and I've proven that. So I appreciate that she allows me the room to keep showing her that.
Okay.
Shout out to the Dog Pound.
Yeah, that's
Dog Pound.
Gotta be an amazing feeling to have like a legend like Jazz backing you up like that.
Amen.
So, yeah.
Yep.
All right, so I'm gonna jump into the speed round, man.
Okay, speed round.
Before you do the speed round,
talk to me.
I want to ask you about a match that you're going to have coming up on the 16th.
Which match? Oh, okay. I was what match? Let's look into the calendar. I'm booked and busy, baby.
Against Miss Maya World.
Yes, what about her? Anyone who wants to lose versus Tiffany versus anyone who wants to lose.
So I was just going to say, this is your time to shine. This is your moment. If you want to cut a fire promo about what will happen into this.
First of all, my time to shine has the day I was born, unlike you, Miss Thing. It is not your world. It is La Princesa's empire. And when you step at Exodus Pro, you're going to understand why I am not a part of the 1%. I am the 1%. Why? Because what it takes others years to do, I conquer in a day, baby. That's why I'm the first, and I'll be the longest reigning champion ever. Get it? Got it. Say it with me. Bueno.
Okay. Yeah, I like that. Okay.
I will say, though, she is a force to be reckoned with. She is someone to be sought for. She is a very devoted, hardworking, up-and-coming superstar. I will give her that. There's a reason why, for some reason, we were both on the Mission Pro roster and we never got to face each other, and we were both undefeated on that roster. So this one-on-one has been a long time coming. Even the last show, I was hoping to touch hands with her. We were in a four-way. We didn't even really get to touch. So this is going to be something that's going to be televised live on the NWH. I'm so excited. So everything's it's not, you don't have to wait a week to see it. There's not going to be any cuts, any edits. It's going to be raw. Like what happens in that ring, you're going to see it live on NWA. 16th. So thanks for that plug. I definitely want to make sure everyone sees that, because that's going to be, we're two different wrestlers. We're two different girls. And how's it going to go down?
I like it.
I like it.
Can't wait for it now.
Cannot wait.
Yeah, appreciate that. Yeah. Gave me
and just remember, you should be scared of someone who has nothing to lose. That's all I got to say. I've already created history, baby. So I got nothing to lose.
Nothing to lose.
Fair enough. Yeah.
them the dangerous ones. I ain't gonna lie to you. Them the dangerous ones.
Oh, okay, but I'm sorry, Maya, fam. I'm sorry you got to get that smoke, fam. No, but yeah, so
hit it with that speed round.
Yeah, let's hit it with the speed round. All right. So if you don't know, of course, I'm gonna hit you with a few questions. You just the first name that pops in your head.
Okay.
All right. So outside of yourself, who do you feel is the greatest male and female wrestlers of all time?
Shawn Michaels, oh my gosh. And then, female is so hard, but not really. That changed over the years. I'm just going to say, all right, Serena Deeb.
Okay.
Yeah. But Shawn Michaels, off the rep.
Yeah, I don't think we heard that one, but
yep.
okay, no. Cool. So currently, same question. Who's the favorites?
Favorites? I don't have a favorite female wrestler because you're all my competition move. And then Shawn Michaels.
I like that answer.
Yeah.
I like that answer.
Yeah.
What current favorite male wrestler?
Oh, well, you're trying to say he's retired. Okay, fine.
I mean, he not trying. He is.
No, I know. I'm in denial. You have no idea. There's one thing you won't catch. You won't catch. I've never thrown a super kick in a match just because when I do it, it's going to mean so much. I swear. Because I'm such a freaking... I need to...
Okay.
Yeah.
Everybody does it right
now.
Yeah,
everyone. It's sickening, man. It's so sickening. Okay, so I don't have a... I mean, Will Austin. He's my boyfriend.
Okay.
Love you, baby.
There we go. There we go. Favorite high flyer of all time?
Oh, my boyfriend's a high flyer. Will Austin. You're making it too easy.
Technical wrestler.
Are you serious? Like, what do you want me to name cool wrestlers to you guys? It's about me. Ask me what my favorite cereal is or my favorite socks to wear.
Tell me your favorite. Tell me your favorite.
You want something new?
You know what? I will tell you, though. My favorite wrestlers are people that are not current right now, to be honest. They're not like Kurt Angle's one of the greatest. I mean, have you found another Kurt Angle? Who right now is Kurt Angle?
Nobody.
So I can't come up with that
It's
answer.
like close one.
Is there who? Tell me.
Chad Gable.
Okay.
But
I will.
He's not on that level, but
you know who
he's
does
close.
amaze me? I will say there's some high flyers right now that are amazing me. Will Ospreay. He's pretty, I think he's pretty phenomenal.
Yeah, Will Ospreay is
I like his lady though. That's why I know of him. I should know her name right now. It's off my head.
Wasn't it like Amanda?
No, please don't say it wrong unless you cut it. But what's Will Ospreay's lady's name?
Swerve said it at one point. I was trying to remember what he
if
said.
I had my phone, I would look it up. But I want to wrestle her, just so you know.
Okay. Okay.
It starts with an H. And maybe that's our beef. I don't know your name, okay? But make me know it, okay?
Okay.
But she's a great lady, and I've watched her stuff.
fantasy booking.
Yeah, fantasy booking. Right
Yeah,
there.
so
I like it. Okay.
favorite. That's difficult because even when I do my own, when I'm trying to become better than the best, I go back to old NWA tape. You know what I mean? The Four Horsemen. I watch that type of stuff. But I can't say that there's really great wrestlers. Like right now, the NWA Women's Champion, Kenzie Page, I think she's freaking phenomenal. And if I didn't think that, then I wouldn't want to be there. But also, like, you can't not name most of the women on the roster of WWE. Like, and I don't know if they're still active, you know what I mean? But there's women there that I would definitely want to touch hands with, and Charlotte Flair is one of them. You know, Becky Lynch is another one for me. So that's my answer.
Gotcha. So tag teams.
He's on this BS.
Yeah.
You know what tag team I think is great? The Money Birds. Gigi and Lady Bird. Check them out in Reality Wrestling. They're killing the game. And some may say, if we're lucky enough, you may see them other places. And that's all I'll say.
All right, gotcha.
Without saying
and I mean, and remember, this is all time. You ain't got to just say current. This is all time as well. So manager, all time.
Paul.
I like Paul.
He's a Jewish boy from the Bronx. What's up, baby? That's what I like.
Who do you feel is an underrated wrestler right now?
My boyfriend. I know. Okay, hold on. Love you, babe. Okay, no.
That's real.
Let's be real. Underrated. That's hard. That's so hard. Because I gotta be honest, I'm too busy with myself to know what the hell anyone else is doing. Yeah.
Fair enough.
And I will say, like, I love my fans. So, like, if there's anyone after you watch this that you feel like you think I can create magic with the ring, put me on, please. Because I'm always looking for talent to, like, bring out the best of me, you know? And I'm so lucky that I make towns and rounds. There's so many great wrestlers out there. Do not get me wrong. And there's people that I want to work. Like, Kylie Ray, she's someone I would love to touch hands with. I think, like, you know, she's, I just would like touch hands with her, for sure.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Last one. I'm glad Shiva answered that. Got that one out of me already. So I won't ask that one.
That's what I see.
The last one I want to ask you. Your favorite championship.
I will say it was very electrifying when, against all of my choice, because I was in an armbar. I had no choice, but dropping it to Izzy, the Mission Pro title, was definitely electrifying to me. Like, that felt like a huge moment when I dropped that title. I felt it. Like, wrestling made sense that day. I felt like a champion the day. I don't know who else feels like a champion the day they drop a title, but I felt like a champion when I dropped the title to her. So I can say maybe Mission Pro meant a lot to me because of what it signified and what was happening when I dropped the title.
Okay.
Hey,
no, I appreciate that. That was but I appreciate you doing that speed round with us.
Yes. My favorite cereal is, by the way, since that wasn't on there and everyone needs to know, is Cocoa Krispies.
That was close. I said Cocoa Puffs.
Yeah, did you?
Literally said, I was like, tell me it's
I'm giving you the cocoa vibes.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not mad about it.
Yeah. Respectfully.
At least you ain't like my boy Matty Ice.
Oh, God.
Have you seen what Bananas thing he does? He puts like a gang of cereal all in one bowl and just goes
different kinds of cereal. Yeah, he's
oh, that's a vibe.
He's diabolical.
Next time I'm here, can we do the hot chip challenge? I want to do the hot chip challenge with you guys.
We can set that up. Yeah, we can set that up. I'd be down with that. Yeah, I'd be down with that. It's gonna hurt, but I'd be down with it. You
Okay.
And you got anything else, man?
Man, hold on.
Tapped out. There we go. All right, but
I didn't even have to put you in the arm bar. I love that for me.
I do want to give you the floor real quick to shout out your socials for everybody to follow you, subscribe to whatever you got going on. So
anything upcoming.
La Princesa Tiffany Nieves can be stalked on her Instagram, Tiffany Nieves _, and the Twitter is exactly the same. And now I'm even offering a subscription where you can get stories and behind the scene access to me. And I'll be at Reality Wrestling every show they have this year coming up. That's how you can get me if you're in the Texas area. NWA, you can get me on the website. I'll be on all the tour dates. And just pop up on my Twitter and see where I'm at for that weekend.
There we go. There we go. There you go. We appreciate you. Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you
The
guys.
show. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And for Guru Dynamite, it's your boy, the Beige Bomber, the Petty Messiah, your boy Corey Jared in the building. Thank you for joining the Tag Champs podcast, the A Show of the Big Propaganda Wrestling Podcast Network, man. You already know my name, man. Thank you again. Thank you to La Princesa Tiffany Nieves.
That's right.
Did I say it? I said it right. You messed it up earlier. But I did it. Your boy did it, man.
Woo!
Get it, got it.
Bueno.
You already know what time it is, man. And thank you for joining the show once again, folks. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and share with all your folks. And I'm going to shoot it over to my boy.
Man, don't watch me. Watch Dynamite TV, Guru Dynamite in the building. Thank you, La Princesa, for joining us. It was an honor. It was a pleasure. And we hope to do this again. That hot chip challenge, we definitely going to set that up.
Absolutely. All right, you heard him. You have your word now.
We put it out there, so we're going to end up doing it, man. And once again, thank y'all for joining the show, folks. We love you all. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and we are out here.
Yay!